English class in our YouTube channel DVUPS for you. In the former classes, we have discussed about a boy who is going to see a river. The boy is very much fond of rivers and he loves his nature very much. He had heard a lot about the river from the villagers and he is very much anxious to see it and feel the river personally. I believe all of you have gone through the passage many times and answered the textual questions. In the earlier passage, there was a question. Why did the boy like to walk barefooted? Did you answer the question? Yes, the boy wanted to feel the warmth of stone and cool grass. So, he was always barefooted. So, we have completed the first 3 paragraphs in the former class. And now, from the 4th paragraph itself, let's go through the passage. It was 11 o'clock and he knew his parents wouldn't return home till evening. There was a loaf of bread he could take with him, and on the way he might find some fruits. Here was the opportunity he had waited for. His mother and father had gone to visit relatives for the entire day and had left him on his own. If he came home before dark, before they returned, they wouldn't know where he had been. He went into the house and wrapped the loaf in a newspaper. Then he closed all the doors and windows. The path to the river dropped steeply into the valley, then rose and went round the big mountain. It was frequently used by the villagers, the woodcutters, milkmen and mule drivers. But there were no villages beyond the mountain or near the river. The boy passed a woodcutter and asked him how far it was to the river. The woodcutter was a short but powerful man with a creased and weathered face and muscles that stood out in hard, ugly lumps. 7 miles, he said, which was fairly accurate. Why do you want to know? I am going to the river, said the boy. Alone? Of course. But it is too far. It will take you 3 hours to reach there, and then you have to come back. It will be getting dark. Besides, it's not an easy road. But I am a good walker, said the boy, though he had never walked further than the mile from his house to his school. The path was steep and the boy had to run most of the time. It was a dizzy, winding path and he slipped once or twice. The hill was covered with lush green ferns. The trees were wound in creepers and a great wild dahlia suddenly reared its golden head from the leaves and ferns. Soon the boy was in the valley and the path straightened out and rose. He met a girl who was coming from the opposite direction. She held a long curved knife with which she had been cutting grass. The bangles she wore made music when she moved her hands, and it was as though the hands spoke a language of their own. How far is to the river? Asked the boy. The girl had obviously never been to the river, or she may have been thinking of another one because she said 20 miles without any hesitation. The boy laughed and ran down the path. A parrot suddenly screeched, flew low over his head, a flash of red and green. The bird disappeared amongst the trees. A trickle of water came from the hillside and the boy stopped to drink. The water was cold and sharp, but very refreshing. However, it seemed to have the effect of making him more thirsty. The sun was striking his side of the hill and the dusty path became hotter, the stones scorching the boy's feet. He was sure he had gone halfway. He had walked for over an hour. So, let's stop here. Then move on to the passage once more. So, from the beginning, we can see in the beginning of the unit or the story, how far is the river, we have seen that a boy, and he is very much fond of river. He wanted to feel the river personally, but there was a big mountain in front of his house which hid the river from his sight. Then he was very much anxious to see the river. At that time, one day he got an opportunity. Then what will you do if you want to see something and your parents won't allow you to go there? What will you do? Yes, you will go without their permission, or you will go when your parents are not in the house. Same as this boy is planning to go to the river. Here, one day his parents went to the relative's home, so he was all alone in the house. On that day, he planned to go to see the river and he went for the journey. It was 11 o'clock and he knew his parents wouldn't return home till evening. From the morning to the evening, he was free. He got complete freedom to go anywhere, to see anything, to do anything. So he decided to go to see the river. He made some arrangements for that. What were the arrangements? Please go through the passage. There was a loaf of bread he could take with him on the way. Then he might get and some fruits. So on the way he will feel hungry. So he took some loaf of bread and wrapped it. What is wrap? What is wrap? To cover. Wrap the bread in a newspaper. Then he closed all the doors and windows. Then he was planning to go and come back as early as possible. And if he is able to come back before his parents arrive, they won't know he had gone outside. So the boy is well planned and he started his journey. Then the path to the river was not so much easy. It was a difficult way. We can get the description of the path from the coming paragraphs. The path to the river dropped steeply into the valley. It was a steep way and it steeply dropped into the valley, then rose and went round the big mountain. It was a steep way and then rose and then goes round the mountain. It was frequently used by the villagers, the woodcutters, milkmen and mule drivers. Are you familiar with the word mule? It is a crossbreed of male donkey and female horse. Mule. We call it mule. Then there were no villages beyond the mountain or near the river. The mountain was in front of the boy's house. Then beyond that mountain there was no village. There is no village beyond the mountain or near the river. That means after this village there is no other village. The boy passed a woodcutter and asked him how far it was to the river. We have already seen that path was used only by the woodcutters, milkmen and some other villagers. So here he met a woodcutter and he asked the man how far was the river. The woodcutter was a short but powerful man with a creased and withered face and muscles that stood out in hard, ugly lumps. Then, from that paragraph, we can get a description of that man, that woodcutter. We can get an idea about the appearance of that woodcutter. What type of a man was the woodcutter, or what was the appearance of the woodcutter? Was a short but powerful man with creased and weathered face and muscles that stood out in hard, ugly lumps. So, when the boy asked him, how far is the river? The man said, 7 miles. It was only 7 miles to the river, which was fairly accurate. It is accurate. It's correct, somewhat correct. Then, why do you want to know? Then the boy said, I am going to the river. Then the man was surprised. The woodcutter was surprised. So he asked, alone? Are you going alone to the river? Then the boy said, of course. He was very much sure to go and see the river. But it is too far. It will take you 3 hours to reach there. And then you have to come back. It will be getting dark. Besides, it is not an easy road. The man, he is an elder one. So, he is trying to convince the boy about the difficulty that he can face on the way. Then, what were the difficulties? It will take more than 3 hours. Then, it is getting dark and the path is very much dangerous. And at the same time, the road is not an easy one. But the boy was not ready to stop his mission. He said, but I am a good walker, he said, though he had never walked further than the mile from his house to the school. Did you get the meaning of that lines? When the woodcutter said that the road is not an easy one, or he had to walk a long distance, the boy said, I am a good walker. But in his real life, he had never walked a single mile than from his house to the school. Or he had walked only the distance from his school to the house. Then the path was steep and the boy had to run most of the time. It was a dizzy, winding path, not winding path, it's winding path. That means having lots of turns. Winding path, and he slipped once or twice. The hill was covered with lush green ferns. Fern, you can get the meaning of many of these words from the glossary, and at the same time make use of dictionaries. I will explain you some words, and all the other words you just try and find out from dictionary or using internet. Then fern, what is fern? Ferns are the flowerless plants with green leaves, that is fern. Then the trees were wounding creepers, and a great wild dahlia suddenly reared. Reared means raised, that means bloomed, raised its golden head from the leaves and ferns. Soon the boy was in the valley and the path straightened out and rose. He met a girl who was coming from the opposite direction. She held a long curved knife with which she had been cutting grass. In this paragraph, the writer is describing the girl who came across the way. Then she wore bangles, and when she moved her bangles, it made some special sounds which shows that, or which make us to think that they are speaking a language of their own. So, in that paragraph, the writer has described the girl. Then, in the earlier paragraph, we can get an idea about the path to the river, and from the earliest one, we can get an idea about the woodcutter. All these three paragraphs are describing persons or places. Then, when the boy met the girl, he asked, how far is to the river? Earlier, the woodcutter told that it was 7 miles to the river, and now here he met a girl and asked her, how far is the river? Then, without much thinking, she answered 20 miles. And the boy began to laugh. Why did the boy laugh? Can you say the answer? Why did the boy laugh when the girl said it is 20 miles to the river? Yes, because the man whom he met earlier told that it was only 7 miles to the river, and now the girl is saying it is 20 miles to the river. So we can understand that sometimes she may haven't been to the river, or otherwise she is not thinking about, or she is thinking about something else. Then the boy laughed and ran down the path. A parrot suddenly screeched, flew low over his head, a flash of red and green. The bird disappeared amongst the trees. Why did the writer say a flash of red and green? Flash. Flash means for a small time, which comes for a small time. Here, the bird, it is flying very fast. He could understand only a flash of green and red. Then the bird disappeared amongst the trees. A trickle of water came from the hillside and the boy stopped to drink. Trickle, what is trickle? Falling drops. Water drops are falling down. Then the boy stopped there and he drank the water. The water was cold and sharp but very refreshing. When he drank the water, it was very much refreshing. However, it seemed to have the effect of making him more thirsty. It made him more thirsty because the water was very much refreshing. It was very sharp. It was very cold and sharp water. So he felt to have more and more water. The sun was striking his side of the hill and the dusty path became hotter. It was getting the noon time. The sun was striking his side of the hill and the dusty path became hotter, the stones scorching the boy's feet. He was sure he had gone halfway. He had walked for over an hour. He has been walking for over an hour, more than an hour, and he was very much confident that he had passed halfway. Then from these paragraphs and up to this passage, we can understand the path, we can understand the difficulties the boy faced during his way to the river, or his journey to the river. Here are some comprehension questions. Please go through the questions. How did the boy get a chance to see the river? Did the woodcutter encourage the boy to go to the river? Was the boy a good walker? Pick out the sentence that justify your answer. The hands spoke a language of their own. What does the expression mean? Identify the expression used by the author to describe the flow of water. Was the boy really thirsty? What made him thirsty? Why was the boy sure that he had covered half the way? Then these comprehension questions up to 10 given in your textbook, up to 10 answer in your notebooks. Then here are some additional questions from these passages. Please look at the questions and write down it in your notebook and find the answers from your textbooks. It's not some difficult questions. All of them are very much easy. If you go through the passage carefully, you can get the answers. Here are the questions. What food did he take with him? What food did the boy take with him? Then next one. Who used the path frequently? Who used the path to the river frequently? Were any villages beyond the mountain or river? Were there any villages beyond the river or mountain? No. Then identify 4 words that are used to describe the woodcutter. In the paragraph, we can have the description of the woodcutter. Then you find out, your task is to find out only 4 words or identify 4 words that describes the woodcutter. Then the next question, why did the boy have to run most of the time? Why did the boy have to run most of the time? Why did he sleep once or twice? It is because of the speciality or the special nature of the path. But what is the special nature? Why did the boy sleep once or twice? Then next, how was the path when the boy reached the valley? After the steep path, the boy reached a valley. Then how was the path there? Then describe the girl he met in the valley. Describe the girl the boy met in the valley. What did he ask the girl? What was her reply? What did the boy ask the girl? What was her reply? The sound of the bird is described here. Identify the bird and the sound. The sound of the bird that is described in the last paragraph. Then identify the sound and identify the bird. Find out, next question, find out 2 words used to describe water. A few words are used to describe the water that trickled from there. So, all these are some additional questions. Then go through the passage many times. As I have already told you, go through the words, new words, find out the difficult words, find out their meanings and write down it in your notebook and be prepared to compile a dictionary after each and every unit. And I think this class was an effective one to you. If you have any comments to improve our classes, please comment it. Then like our video and subscribe our channel DVUPS for you. For the next class, have a nice day.